In the film Educating Rita, the titular character is faced with the difficult exam question. The prompt asks her how she would address staging difficulties inherent in Ibsen's play Peer Gynt. Her response, do it on the radio. An expedient solution on one level, to be sure, but one that clearly doesn't take into consideration the importance of content that is developed for a specific medium. Now, during this last very difficult year, some instructors might have been tempted to follow Rita's suit. I mean, after all, how do you take lectures that are carefully crafted for an in-person class presentation and translate them to what might seem like an inadequate environment? How also do you deal with the fact that you don't have that immediacy of a live audience, or the importance of student to professor and student to student interaction? And what about the pedagogical challenges of administering exams and conducting labs? Professor Aimee Edinger, this year's recipient of the Professor of the Year Award, has addressed many of those challenges very adequately. In fact, even more so. Not only has she done so, but she has used the opportunity to take a traditional class and reinvigorate it by using the online environment, specifically in her Bio 93H course. Now, getting her students to feel excited about biology by communicating to them her love of the field and helping them to develop some effective learning strategies were, of course, still central to her. But one thing extra she wanted to add, and that is how to assuage students' isolation that they often feel in large universities under the best of circumstances, let alone during a pandemic and while trying to learn online, for many, for the very first time. It was imperative to her that her students feel a sense of community, and she tried to accomplish this by using both collaboration and cooperation. She developed small group learning modules, helping her students to develop effective group work dynamics. She also gave them guidelines for participation and plenty of practice so that they could work out the kinks. She solicited their input, and then she made adjustments to the course as she deemed reasonable. But it was in the area of learning assessment that she probably took the greatest risks and rose to the challenge. She provided for her students a whole different way of looking at learning biology, one that lessened the use of competition. Realizing, as she put it, that the most innovative and exciting science often comes from colleagues' differing perspectives, he integrated into the course asynchronous, collaborative, open resource, short essay exam questions that were administered over a 3-day period. By using an absolute grading scale instead of a sliding one, she also encouraged cooperation rather than competition. And to help eliminate grading bias, she removed the students' names from the exams while she graded them. Both the students' learning and their attitudes about the course improved significantly, as evidenced by her analysis of the course outcomes. And students repeatedly mentioned the same things. For example, that talking out the exam answers made them understand the material much better. That the collaborative exams also taught them how to work together and created a feeling of a real-world environment. And last, that being able to work with their peers opened their eyes to different approaches that they might never have thought of on their own. Several students even noted that part of the favorite part of the course for them was actually being able to debate with their classmates what made one answer better than another. Further, they felt that they developed much more effective working strategies with each other, and they participated more and they retained the information longer. Students noted that Professor Edinger and their TA Patrick seemed to care a great deal about them, both as individuals and also as learners. They felt their instructors' committed engagement with them and their love of biology, even from a distance. So congratulations, Professor Edinger and TA Patrick, on an award well deserved.
Well, I think the most important thing for them to take away is joy in science. I want them to leave being excited about biology and confident that they did, in fact, pick the right major and this is what they want to do. And it's going to be worth all the suffering to have the experience of being in biosci.